Welcome to the podcast where passion and purpose collide. We are on a mission to interview women and the occasional token man about how their passion and purpose have collided to create healthy relationships and profitable businesses. I'm Elizabeth Denham, publisher of the Franchise Woman magazine, and I'm here with Rebecca Monet, President and Chief Scientist of Zoracle Profiles. We start off the show each week with our Roses and Thorns of the week, our highs and lows. So, Rebecca, start us off. What was your rose and thorn this week?
I love thinking about this idea of roses and thorns. So I don't know about you, but every once in a while I just get in a funk, and I can't put my finger on what causes that funk. Could be overwhelm. I didn't get enough sleep. I don't know what it is, but I was in a crazy funk yesterday, and I was working, and I'm finally like, I'm in a funk. I got to get myself out of this funk, or it's, people are going to see that I'm in this kind of bizarre place in my head. And what's so cool is I instantly thought, who can I call? Who amongst my friends can I call that would help me shift this mindset, this funk that I was in? And I think this is a lot why I love franchising. In the world of franchising, people really come alongside one another. They want you to succeed. Even if you're a competitor, they want you to succeed. So I reached out on Facebook to Robert Addy. He's with Action Coach. And I said, I'm in a funk. Can I talk to you? And within minutes, he's calling me, and 30 minutes later, I'm feeling just fine. And then later that evening, another good friend I had reached out to me called, and we spent about an hour together kind of pulling the pieces to get a part of where possibly the funk started. Because I'm analytical. I got to know what the why and how this got created. So having a friend that can lift your spirits, and then having another friend that helps you dissect and figure out how in the world you got in that funk, I just felt so blessed. So my thorn was I was funky, and my rose was I'm so blessed to have such incredible friends.
I love that. I love it. And that's kind of leads into my rose too. But I'm going to tell you my thorn first because I have two different ones this time, because I find that often they're the same. But this time I'm going to talk about the thorn of having to recreate the logo for the Franchise Woman magazine, because people griped that it was a sexist logo, which I thought was kind of funny. It's a little body shape, which I thought was very vague, non-sexual. It was just a shape. It wasn't a specific shape. It wasn't a sexy woman or a skinny woman or anything. But not wanting to have that be a focal point, we went ahead and changed it. And so now I'm going through the process of trying to change it out on everything, which is just, time consuming. And I like the new logo. It's a really cool, like edgy face. And I think it does focus more on the head space than the body space, which is what we want to do in the Franchise Woman magazine. But I still feel like it was two men telling me that it was a sexist logo. It's kind of funny.
Wow. There you have it.
There you have it. So my rose, though, is sort of like yours. I have a personal writing piece I do called the Struggle, because I've had a lot of struggle in my life, and finding the gifts in that and kind of finding the whys. Like, if I haven't gone through this, then I couldn't be a resource for somebody for that. I think my divorce helped me help my kids through the struggles that they've had with having four parents and dealing with all the mechanics of that. But this week it was about, we're going through the struggle of the pandemic, and we, marketing money goes down. And the magazine, was on the upswing since the beginning of it, and it's been doing great. And then things slow down. And so I think the gift of that struggle and frustration is that during this time I've made more relationships. I focused on how can I get people's messaging out? What can I do to help people, let people know they're still there? Who can I do things with that are going to be productive, not only for me professionally, but personally and fulfilling? And, this podcast with you is one of those gifts of struggle. It kind of came out of that time of figuring it out, being creative and finding creative ways to continue to push forward. So you are part of my rose this week.
I'm so glad I could be something for you. And you're so right. Struggle creates innovation and creates muscle and has us have to think differently. So if we can embrace it rather than see it as a pain in the rumpus, or in this case, a thorn, it's
Right?
amazing. It's amazing what can come out of it.
Well, it is. And one thing that gets me through struggle, sometimes you don't know what the gift is when you're in the midst of it. I have a struggle right now. I'm not exactly sure what the gift will be, but at my age and my experience, I know there will be a gift. So embracing what you're going through, as hard as it may be, gets you through that. And if you deny it and avoid it, you don't get the gift.
Yeah.
So I think that, even if you don't know what it is right this second, you will know. At some point in hindsight, you will know how that benefited you, how you grew, how you were able to help somebody else. So I think sometimes just having the faith that it's there.
Yeah, to anticipate something good is going to come out of it versus seeing it as a thorn, knowing somewhere amongst the thorns, there's got to be a rose. And that excitement that says, someday I'm going to discover it. It might be in a tiny little bud form right now, but it's going to come. So just having that mindset really makes a difference.
It really does, because it can get you through those funky times when you just feel like everything's weighing you down.
Yeah.
So those were good ones this week. I'm excited. I love the conversation.